Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. Uh, today, I will analyze Game Four between the Wolf and and OKC and the Pacers versus the Knicks because I didn't have time to do it yesterday. But we're gonna analyze it game four. Then game five, I'm gonna analyze it uh uh on Friday Saturday morning. So as I'm recording this on Friday, actually, yeah, Friday morning. Um, I want you to say this that if you see me wear a Yankees jersey, I am not a Yankee fan. I am a Blue Jay fan. So I like those throwback Thursday jerseys. So I wore it on purpose. But let's analyze uh game four. But before we analyze it, make sure to subscribe, notify, leave your comment on my YouTube channel Too Good to Be True, and don't forget to listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. Let's get right to it. So we're gonna analyze Game Four between OKC and the Timberwolves. So congratulations on the on OKC winning game four in Minnesota. In Minnesota, 128 to 126, which that's the only game that got close between this series. But congratulations. So let's start with the stats. So SGA got 40 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, one steal, shot for 13 to 30 in a field goal, 2 and 7 in a 3 point. Jalen Williams, great performance in game four. 34 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, shot for 13 to 24 in the field goal, and 6 and 9 in the 3 points. Chet Holmgren, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks, shot for 9 and 14 in the field goal, 2 and 4 in the 3 point. Let's compare to the other team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Shot for 5 and 13 on the field goal, 1 and 7 in the 3 point. Julius Randle, 5 points, 1 and 7 on the field goal, 0 and 3. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Jaden McDaniel, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 blocks. Shot for 9 and 15 on the field goal, 3 and 6 in the 3 points. And Rudy Gobert, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, shot for 5 and 8 on the field goal. But it's the bench who has performed the most. Like uh, like Dante DiVincenzo, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, shot for 7 and 11 on the field goal, 5 and 8 in the 3 point. Nickeil Alexander Walker, 23 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, shot for 9 and 15 on the field goal, 5 and 8 in the 3 point. And Nas Reed, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, shot for 3 and 4 in the field goal, and 1 and 2 in 3 point. So what can I say about that? I could say this that was a close game, and I expected game four that OKC make a wake up call, and they actually did it with SGA with 14 points. And also, we got to give them OKC credit in the defensive side because in the defensive side, I mean, you cannot stop them. Offensively, we know they're very good in offense, but in the defensive side, um, they are so unique. Like I never seen a team like that in a different I can't speak defensive side of it. Meanwhile, in the Timberwolves, I am most disappointed on Julius Rondo than Anthony Edwards. I know Anthony Edwards did not play very well, and he said that he did not struggle during the press conference. I would tell you that you did suffer in the press con. You did suffer in Game 4. You did suffer, and you did actually didn't suffer, struggle in game 4, and that it doesn't happen again. Meanwhile, Julius Randle 5 points. That's it. You just gave 5 points in Game 4. How this is pretty much disappointed because we applauded what's that Rudy? I mean Julius Randle in the series against the Lakers and the series against the Nuggets. But meanwhile, and also we did uh uh congratulations in Game 3, but in Game 4, I am so disappointed with him. But at the same time, I look at the field goal between those two teams, and I mean they pretty much even. If you look at the field goal, 38 to 95 in 50% in the 50% compared to the Timberwolves who have 51% in the field goal. 3 point they're pretty much even, but by 53%. But I would tell you what, there were too many turnover for the Timberwolves in this series. And one thing for sure, and I would discuss it later when I will talk about the Pacers versus the uh, Nets. Do I think Anthony Edwards a superstar? Yes, but those are not superstar numbers. 60 points. But I know we all have different criteria as a superstar, but 60 point is not enough. And yes, I am a little bit on a rush because now while I'm recording this, um, Game 5 already played between OKC and Timberwolf, and I don't want to. If you saw it, it's good. If people did not see it, I will talk about it tomorrow, and how my opinion about it in Game 5. So I am so I don't know what to say for the Timberwolves. I mean, I don't know what to say, especially Julius Randle with 5 points. So I got nothing to say. Moving on from the Wolf versus the OKC, we had the Nets versus Nets versus the Pacers. Game 4 was in the book. Congratulations to the Nets. Not the Nets, just kidding. The Pacers 130 to 121. They won by 9 points. So let's read the stat a little bit with you guys. Let's start with the Nets. Uh, Jalen Brunson, 31 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Got shot for 90-19 in the field goal, 2 and 6 in the 3 point. Cat, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, shot for 8 and 15 on the field goal, 1 and 2 in the 3 point. Mikal Bridges, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot for 6 and 15 on the field goal, 4 and 5 in the 3 point. OG Anunoby, 22 points, 7 and 16 on the field goal, 1 and 7 in the 3 point. He got 12 rebounds and 3 assists. And Josh Hart came out to the bench, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, shot for 3 and 5 on the field goal, 1 and 2 in the 3 point. Compared to the Indiana Pacers, um, Tyrese Haliburton had um 30, 32 point, actually a triple double, 32 point, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, 4 a steal, shot for 11 23 in the field goal, 5 and 12 in the 3 point. Pascal Siakam, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, shot for 11 21 in the field goal, 3 and 4 in the 3 point. Aaron Naismith, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steal, shot for 5 and 9 in the field goal, 2 and 6 in the 3 point. And Miles Turner, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, shot for 5 and 8 in the field goal, 1 and 3 in the 3 point. Uh, Benedict Mathurin, he has 20 points. He came out to the bench, 2 rebounds, two assists, shot for 5 and 8 in the field goal, and 0 and 2 in the 3 point. So Tyrese Haliburton joined in his postseason in the triple double conversation. Only did only player to do 35, 32, 12, and 15. Oscar Robertson did it twice. Jokic did it in 2023. So what can I say about the Pacers this series? I can tell you this that I can tell you this that the Pacers have the Knicks number. However how to do it, we got to give coaching credit. The coaching credit is very important in this series. Compared to Rick Carlisle, who won a championship with the Dallas Mavericks, compared to Tom Thibodeau, who is a good coach, a good coach, but never went to the finals. So coaching is you see the coaching strategy between Tom Tibb and Rick Carlisle, and it's the way how the system work with Rick Carlisle. If you know what I mean, Coach Tibb is a good coach, but my issue with him, and I think a lot of people said it. I said it multiple times on this podcast that he does not rely too much on the bench, and that will be an issue that will haunt him the rest of this series. Yeah, we have to call it what it is. He trying to use too much of his starter to get injured at the end, and also Jalen Bronson too. Jalen Bronson need to change his game. I hate to say it, Knicks fan, but it's true. Jalen Bronson need to change his strategy, uh how to not just scoring but be like a passer and not always be reliable to be the number one option. Because I don't know if I ever said this on this podcast, but I never said it, but this is the first time I'm gonna say it. Jalen Brunson is not a number one option in a championship. There I said it, people. There I said it. Jalen Brunson is not a number one option in a on a championship team. Sorry, championship team. Yes, it's true. But they need to find a strategy, another way. Now, in the case of the Pacers, Tyrese Haliburton, like I said, he joined in those elite clubs. Now, in that debate, we see is Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar or not, because he's like I don't know how Tyrese Haliburton what is his stat? What is his stat? But what is his stat? I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it in his career. If you look at the regular season, Tyrese Haliburton uh have in his regular season he has 18 points, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 9.5 in the assist, and 47 in the field goal. If you look at the series versus the Nets, 17 points, nine nine assists, shot for 26% in 3 point, 43%, 43% in the field goal. You see, against the Nets. This is we talk about the series. But if you look at his recent game, only against the Nets, we got 31 points in game one, 14 in game two, 20 in game three, and 32 in game four. So though this whole debate to say he is not a superstar, for me personally, he is a superstar. But yeah, just because you got 60 point, 18 point, it does, and it doesn't. People say it doesn't make you a superstar. I think it does make a superstar. It does make a superstar because he's affecting the game. He's affect he's affecting the game that he is pretty much a number one option. If you look at the Pacer team, and I said this, multiple times, when the trade of Pascal Siakam made them look better. And I said this also, that Pascal Siakam should not be a number one option. You saw that against when he was playing with the Raptors, that he's more like a number two option than a number one option. And remember that when before the Fred VanVleet was traded, Fred VanVleet was the number one option. As a Raptor fan that I know that I am, Fred VanVleet was a number one option, and not Pascal Siakam. If you look at the 2019 championship, yes, Kawhi Leonard was the number one option. Pascal Siakam was the number two. So anybody said that Tyrese Haliburton is not a superstar, you guys are crazy. I don't know why, but I think he is the number one option. He is an all star, and he's a superstar. Those are my opinion. So that's it for today. Uh, um, um, podcast. Um, as I'm recording this, yes, game two is already finished, and we're entering in game five. Actually, game four. Sorry, my bad. My apologies. Game four already done. Game five. They are the Pacers and Nets are playing. So I want to keep it for Friday. Same thing with the OKC for game four, game five. So as I'm recording this, the OKC Minnesota is already been over. So I will talk about it. But make sure to listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. You can listen to this podcast on my YouTube channel, on on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, like, notify, leave your comment on my video. If you want to follow me on social media, follow me on Instagram, Pascal_Mayala_15. You can follow me on Facebook, Pascal Mayala. You can also follow me on Threads, Pascal_Mayala_15. Also, you can follow me on X, formerly Twitter, at Belly versus PMM. And I want to thank everybody from the world who's listening to this podcast, whether you're in the United States, France, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Ireland, whatever you are, in Germany, Japan, China. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow.